Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another NIKKE reaction. Today we have Lucky Night. This one was barely beating out a CPU freeze on the requests. A lot of people voted up Wild Speaker for this one instead. So just by one vote, that we're going to be getting to this one today. If you guys still want me to get to a CPU freeze, by all means let me know as always down below. But first we got to hear what this song has. So without further ado, let's go. Oh. Oh. I mean, I kind of expected it to be a little bit party-like. It had like a second or two gap before the song started. I thought I did something wrong there.
Some of us live small, some of us never know what is outside the pond. Then there's a swimming in the big ocean, living life some can only dream.
Hey, this bass line is really funky.
Are you ready to make your greatest leap? Chances are this could be your lucky night. Come inside, take a seat. Can you feel adrenaline rush? And all your seats
I'm vibing. It happened immediately. Got that dance rhythm going. It's not fair. I'm chilling so hard with this one. I love that fall. Ooh, we got a break. Okay. I wasn't sure if the break was gonna be like sooner or later. Ooh. That was a key change, I think. Yeah. Get a little bit more serious there. Same old fun. Slightly more toned down energy. Just a little bit. Ooh, that's why. Oh, they were building into this. Little guitar accent in there. Flamenco ass. Cosmograph doing his thing. This is really fun. I'm gonna play this on the drums. this is just too much fun. I love the energy on this. It's so much fun, dude. Absolutely perfect mood to go for when you want to have this sort of like Vegas party energy. Ooh, and a solo. Ooh. That's right, abuse that wah pedal. It owes you money. Oh, that was a long solo. Ooh, and it ends on the solo. Yo, I thought we were maybe going to get like some sort of an outro, but the solo being the outro, just beautiful. All right, we have things to talk about. First thing I gotta do is call it. I already knew before even looking at who the singer was, based off the voice, that they were going to be a VTuber. I do not mean this in a negative way, but every VTuber sings very similarly. It's like how people in the indie scene of music used to always have that sound like they had golf balls in their mouth. It's just a style. It's not a bad thing, but every VTuber has like basically the same singing voice, at least at large. There are definitely outliers. There are some amazing vocalists out there who have brilliantly unique voices. There's also plenty of people who hit the exact same linguistic traits that every singer does. Like they try to shape their mouth in a certain way in order to say certain words, and it just ends up sounding like that when they sing. It's similar to how, like, in any language, especially people with like English accents in the UK, will sing sounding a little bit more Americanized because they have to shape their vowels to sound a little bit more clear. And that's just kind of what's happening here, I think. I don't know if this is something that a lot of Asian vocalists do or if it's a European vocalist. I don't know the VTubers well enough to know where they are in the world and why this is such a consistent thing, but I wouldn't be surprised if they were all from like the same pocket of the world, just adjusting for that linguistic barrier. And again, not a bad thing, just an observation. Great vocals, absolutely brilliant singing on this song, hit every single note, rock solid, the confidence was there. It sounded a little bit cocky too, which I always appreciate on songs that are like this, about these sorts of themes based on luck. It's supposed to be a little bit more cocky, you know, there's that undertone to it because luck kind of breeds cockiness, you know, like if you think you're really lucky, you're going to be confident, and that confidence really shines through in songs like this. So I feel like this VTuber, whoever she may be, probably just a really extroverted person, and it shows, or they're extraordinarily comfortable singing and only singing and doesn't like to talk to people. There are only two types of people, extroverts and introverts, when it comes to singing. You're either the theater kid or you're the kid who's really good but only sings in the shower, and you get terrified whenever anybody even mentions that they might have heard you. It is exhausting. I'm the second one, if you couldn't tell. As far as the instrumental goes, this was really fun, very big band swing jazz. I love that genre. It's an absolute blast. I love the modern takes on it too, because a lot of them decide to marry it to this dancey vibe that we have, kind of make it a little bit more funk based, and you get this blend that makes it really big, high energy. You're just carrying a load of energy through the entire song, not really much for a slowdown. They had a breakdown in this one, but you kind of need that for some release, especially because of that great bridge they had in there, bringing everything down in order to make that like slower section that happened really shine through. I was like, why are they toning it down? Then I got my answer, like right as I was asking that question, which is just brilliant writing in my opinion. If you want to lead the listener to think a certain thing, you need to do that properly and give them enough headroom, enough leeway to be able to process what just happened before you bombard them with a change, because that can be extraordinarily jarring and make the entire song immediately lose any energy it had. You have to be really careful. And I think by bringing it down, while a little jarring, just how early it was, still ended up proving very beneficial for this song because of that break that followed it. If they went like right back up immediately instead of having that little like trap drum break thing there, I would have been like, why? Like it would have been so much more confusing. So I appreciate this, giving enough leeway so you're not getting confused or overwhelmed by new information every 5 seconds. It's very well written. But back on the big band energy, I love that step down that it had. I did pluck around on this a little bit. I'm not confident in it enough to be able to play it on the piano for you, but I think when that like dun, 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 like that part, I think it went from a major, maybe an A flat, up to I think a D flat minor, and then it just kind of like climbed down. But the last one that it climbed down, the dun, 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 that one was actually I think a minor to a major change, and then it went back to a minor. So it kind of had this extra crunch in there. That's pretty common for big band. They like to have that like drop down be very like chromatic stepping down. You don't want to have too much of like an obvious like full key change or anything. You just want to be able to bring the people, the listeners, to the next section. So you don't want to take it too far away, but you usually have to utilize like parallel keys in order to make that happen, because you have to create that sort of dissonance that makes you stay where you are instead of creating a full key change, which is why I think that part earlier kind of jarred me, because that step I was expecting it to go back, and it didn't, and it did change. So it kind of subverted my expectations of what I know of big band and swing jazz, and it just ran with that. The fact that I was so ready mentally for that expected change to go back to where it was, and instead subverting it to something else, is just like, that's the type of thing that makes music really fun to listen to. You never know what's going on in the composer's head, where they're going to take it, what's going to be next, and that's just the most fun to hear. So then every single time you hear it after that, you're like waiting for that part, and that might become your favorite part, it might become your least favorite part. There's a lot of places the mind can go with changes like that, but taking things and subverting them is an extremely good way to be able to make you remember. Make the listener remember your song. Even if it is a little jarring, it still makes them remember it, you know? And usually it's not because it's a bad thing, like in this case, it's just a matter of, that was different. Now I'm going to remember that, lock it away into the long-term memory. And that sort of thing is why I want to play this song on the drums now. It's not because of that exclusively, but it's because I was already on board, and that one thing that made me go like, what? Oh, is exactly what locked it in my head, and now I want to pursue that more. It's just like, if I needed that extra push, that was it. And you could probably get really like philosophical about the final push, you know, and like how that pressed me into it, like gambling? What? Like, I'm not gonna be goofy like that, but you get the point. Like, there's a lot of stuff that you can do with songs in general, and utilizing even those uncomfortable changes might breed that type of intrigue out of somebody and make them want to go back and listen to it and dissect why it made them feel that way. That's how I got to where I am right now doing these videos. I love that about music. But I digress, that's a completely off-topic thing. Either way, loving the song, love the energy, love the big band, and I'm excited to hear more from NIKKE as always. Cosmograph always knocks it out of the park. I don't think I've heard many songs from him that haven't, and I'm so excited that I'm going to get the chance through my life to hear more from him as an artist. But I'll digress and end it there, so thank you all so very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more of me getting into NIKKE stuff or stuff from other games and anime and whatnot, I have plenty of videos from various properties, so if you want to give them a go, by all means do so. And if you have a recommendation of a specific song, I know that ACP Freeze is probably going to be the one, but if you have any other ones, drop it down below and I'll do my best to get to it as always. And otherwise, if you like this video and you want to follow me and support me for more, you know how to do all that, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye!